welcome to another episode of Lenovo Around the World, and this time we're in Sydney, Australia. Australia is a unique country. It's a young country, a vibrant country, a very diverse country, a very wealthy country, and Lenovo is a great player here. We do very well in the PC space. We do well in the enterprise infrastructure space. Motorola is still a strong brand in Australia. We're very strong in schools, so it's a great place to be. In this video, we're going to meet some of the team here. We have about 200 people in the office down here. We're going to visit some of our customers at the Think Society, and that's at a Ferrari dealership, so that will be fun. We're going to visit a retail store. We're going to see the time when Hollywood superstar Ashton Kutcher actually pretended to be a Lenovo salesman selling our products, so we'll see some of that. Behind me, you can see some of the iconic sights of Sydney. Sydney is an absolutely gorgeous city. You can see there the Harbour Bridge, Sydney Harbour Bridge, which is an iconic monument. A great place for an adventure, incidentally, because now you can climb all the way on top of those arches, and it's a spectacular climb, although a strenuous one, I can attest to that. You can see the Sydney Opera House. Again, an iconic building. The roof is meant to symbolize the shape of sails in Sydney Harbour. This is a city for sailors. In fact, it's the start of the Sydney to Hobart is here. It's one of the great ocean races in the world. In fact, right where they leave, there's Taronga Park Zoo. And Taronga Park Zoo has many of the very unique animals and wildlife that you have in Australia, and amongst them, of course, the cuddly koala, well known and well loved around the world. Sydney and Australia in general is a country where people love to relax, they love to be outdoors, love to throw a shrimp on the barbie, as we say, and of course go to the beach. This is a place where you have some of the world's most famous beaches: Bondi Beach, Manly Beach, the Gold Coast. Some great sights to see. Australia is home to 24 million people, so let's go and explore, and let's go and meet some of our team in this beautiful country. Well, here we are in front of our building, the Lenovo building in Chatswood. This is a great building, but let me introduce our tour guides for the visit. We have Matt. Welcome. Matt is our MD for Australia and New Zealand, and Nick Reynolds. Welcome, David. Yeah. Nick is our CMO for Asia Pacific, and he's based here in Sydney. So guys, let's go inside and let's have a look at the office.
Welcome to Australia and New Zealand, David. Great to have you here. Or should I say, welcome back home. Excellent to have you here in Australia. The team are very, very excited about having you here. As you know, Australia is an early adopter market, a premium market. In Australia, we've grown the business from a distant number 7 up to number 2 last quarter, so the business is making headway. Still more to do, obviously, but we're having some fun along the way. This year we're focused on new activities like Device as a Service. ANZ's led Device as a Service globally. We've signed up our first large enterprise customer recently. We're going to continue along that. AR and VR, augmented reality and virtual reality. We had a great launch over Christmas with the Jedi product, and we've got new products coming in early this year, which are going to be very successful. And then things like Premium, the yoga franchise, has been great here in Australia. We've got over 40% of our shipments this quarter being yoga, so we'll continue to really try and dominate that space. So welcome again, great to have you here, and looking forward to having some fun.
My name's Nick Reynolds. I'm the Chief Marketing Officer here in Asia Pacific. And I'm here in Sydney today, my hometown, and it's fantastic to have David in town with us. It's been a phenomenal ride, Lenovo's journey here in Australia and New Zealand. We've moved from a relatively unknown brand 3 years ago that did sell to commercial accounts, but where we had a brand awareness of below 10%. Today, just 3 years later, we're everywhere in consumer. We're the number 3 in consumer sales here in Australia, and our brand awareness today is over 5 times where it stood 3 years ago, at over 55%. It's been outstanding. But a big part of that story is what we've done to localize things, what we've done on the ground. and I'd like to introduce Sarah Palmieri, our marketing leader here in Australia and New Zealand, to share a little bit more with you. Sarah, welcome.
Thanks, Nick. Hi, I'm Sarah Palmieri and I head up marketing for Lenovo here in Australia and New Zealand. Here in Australia, we really believe in the mantra that different is better. One example, as we mentioned, when we launched Consumer here in Australia, we did have our lead product engineer, Ashton Kutcher, come out and help us do that at the time. But rather than just roll Ashton out to the press, what we did was we decided to punk the Australian public, and we set up Ashton in one of our retail stores as a zany retail salesperson trying to sell our yoga tablet product. The content was amazing and I encourage you to go and check it out on our Lenovo YouTube channel. But it's not just in the consumer space where we've really tried to drive the brand differently. In commercial, in the RM space, we established a program called Think Society. Think Society is a program that enables us and gives us access to C-levels that we don't have relationships with, that are incumbents with our other competitors. What we do is start this exclusive society and invite those C-levels along to money can't buy experiences. Now, these don't necessarily have to be expensive experiences because we can't compete on that level with our competitors' budgets, but they're very niche specialised. So on Wednesday night, we're taking David along to one of these experiences where we're hosting a dinner within a Ferrari showroom. Think Society has been very successful for us. 100% of attendees that have come to Think Society events have actually ended up having a meeting with one of our salespeople. It has enabled us to get in front of these customers that normally we would have trouble getting in front of.
So we're here in front of one of the most significant retailers in Australia, Harvey Norman, and this is one of their stores. And Harvey Norman was the launch partner for Lenovo as we moved into consumer PCs. Let me introduce Richard. Richard runs this store. So Richard, what is the coolest Lenovo product that you have here right now?
Well, 3 years ago, Ashton Kutcher would have been the cool one, but you know, it's good to see from 3 years ago now the products has evolved dramatically, and you know, products like Jedi Challenge now is really an exciting product, but consistently the 720 and the Yoga 920 is one of our best sellers.
Here we are at the brand forum. Hope you enjoyed this visit of my home country. I've got to go because my ride is down there, so I'll see you next time, another episode of Lenovo Around the World. Uru, as we say in Australia. See you next time.